Hi, Dr. Besbarua and Cliff. My name is Justin D. Schaumburg, and I will be presenting my final, The Marijuana Debate in the United States. Marijuana's background is very, very intense, depending on how you look at it. The hemp farmers of the Revolutionary days to William Randolph Hearst, the yellow journalism, in trying to make the plant seem negative. But we're going to be focusing on modern day use and the nonprofits looking at modern day use. Marijuana, under the Controlled Substances Act, is a Category 1 drug, which states that there is no medicinal purpose for this plant. However, the paradox comes when marinol, a pill form of the plant, is a Category 3 drug, which says that there is medicinal purposes, and marinol is used for AIDS patients or cancer patients who need to eat, so they are given this pill form of marijuana so that they have hunger, so that they eat. So there comes the paradox of how does the federal government say it's bad yet good depending on its different forms, and that is what the nonprofits really focus on, either side, either for or against. And I'm just going to be talking about three different subjects: medical marijuana legalization and decriminalization/criminalization, and you can make your own opinion. Medical marijuana, for Americans for Safe Access, believe that marijuana can be used for good purposes, for chronic pain, for multiple sclerosis, for cataracts, etc., and it's better than opiates, which have a higher addiction rate for opiates. So they believe medical marijuana in its many uses could be pros for those diseases in their treatment. But you also get people like there that don't believe any of those medicinal purposes. They just believe marijuana is a bad drug. The psychoactive properties will harm children, affect the community, etc. Legalization. There is only 2 states that have full legalization. There are 23 states that have medicinal marijuana legalization, as well as the District of Columbia. So legalization is actually looked upon harsher than medicinal marijuana. And legalization for nonprofits like NORML, they look at legalization as being the best thing for America. Hence, there's not going to be drug entrepreneurs like drug cartels who really bring the violence to America. And when there's legalization, there's going to be regulation of marijuana, taxable purposes. So instead of having all these violence aspects, you're going to get better taxable assets. You're going to get a better community because it's going to be regulated and looked at further. And hence, that's one of the best things about that. However, on the other hand, there's still agencies like CAGCA who believe that legalization is just a bad thing, and that when looked at certain surveys and certain studies, it shows that those marijuana users do harmful things like violence or gang violence, etc. But it's just really on how you look at it, and just going deeper than just the paper thin first layer, and understanding how all this really comes together. That's really important. Decriminalization efforts are important as well. NORML believes that by looking at foreign countries, you can see their effects and the betterment of their own communities, and they want to take that model and bring it to the United States. But as well as CAGCA, you see more no, that's not correct. All marijuana legalization is bad. There's not going to be decriminalization efforts, because then the purposes of making it illegal in the first place are not held, etc. So you get these faction nonprofit groups that are really one way or another. There's no overlap really with these nonprofits, and the takeaway for all this is doing your own research and making your own opinion on something so intense as marijuana might be the best thing for you, because you can say, by looking at what you're reading, do you believe in it? Do you like it? Do you think that what you're reading makes sense to you, especially at the intellectual and philosophical level? And you can make your own opinion on if nonprofits that are pro-marijuana are good, or nonprofits that are against marijuana are good. Well, thank you, Dr. Besborough and Cliff. My name is Justin D. Schaumburg, and thank you for this amazing class.